Rinkesh has written in from Surat. He's 28 years old with an annual income of 2.7 lakh rupees. He also has a young child who's 1 year old. Now, he sent in a list of his investments, Dhirendra. He has 8 lakh rupees in ULIPs, 70,000 rupees in fixed deposits. He has a health cover of 2 lakh rupees and a term cover of 30 lakh rupees. Now, Rinkesh, from the first look at this, you need to increase your health cover and your term cover. We're going to get to that in a little while. And he has to accumulate, he says, 2 lakh rupees for his child's admission in 3 or 4 years and 5 lakh rupees to buy a home in 6 or 7 years. Before we get to his mutual funds, Dhirendra, I want to talk about his ULIPs. And we bring this up every week for every portfolio that we look at. Give us an answer that will fit all of our viewers right now who have ULIPs in their portfolios. Is it time to revisit, review and decide whether they should continue paying for those ULIPs, and how can they do that?
No, it's very important because, the reason why we suggest that ULIP doesn't make sense because you don't get adequate insurance coverage. It may not be the finest investment plan. They generally are more expensive, particularly the older ULIPs. And mixing your investment and insurance, you can't evaluate them objectively. So because of this, one should not have, older ULIPs, one must have a very methodical exit plan. And the way to approach it is, generally speaking, of course it is dependent on the specific policy that you have, but generally speaking, your older ULIPs, you must continue for 3 years, otherwise your money used to get forfeited, so it will get forfeited. The other is that surrender charges are very high if you exit your ULIPs after 3 years, but before 5 years. So at best you can do is stop putting your money, stop putting any further money into those. And generally get out of your ULIP after its 5-year term. But before you do that, get an adequate term coverage. That is the best insurance you must have before. Otherwise, trying to move your money from ULIP, and if you are uncovered, it's an inordinate risk to have.
All right, so in case the first thing you need to do is review all of these ULIPs that you have, find out which you can pull the money out of, and make sure that you have enough of a term cover to make up for the fact that you're stopping some of these investments. Dhirendra, if he has a time horizon of 3 years for his child's admission, then would you recommend that money go into equity, or should he be moving it into that fixed deposit in which he has 70,000 rupees already?
Yeah, I think if he has 70,000 rupees in fixed deposit, it is good time to actually put that money, because he and maybe put that money in his wife's name, because she may not be in the tax bracket. The money coming from the interest coming from that fixed deposit might be tax free, because on an overall basis she may not be taxable. So the interest earned could be a tax free income even from the fixed deposit in her case. And it will work as a nice emergency fund, and when he needs the money after 3 years, it could be a good thing. And for the remaining money, I would suggest that given their age, they are so young and they are approaching it so methodically, they have all the time on their side. I would say they should get little aggressive. With our aggressive portfolio, map that portfolio. There are few funds which they already have, which is part of that portfolio as well, and that should be it. And I would say that think about your allocation to the gold fund. I don't know why it should be here in a very, very long-term portfolio. There could be a small opportunity over the medium term, but when you are investing for next 20-30 years, you can well ignore it.
This is what you have to do with your investments right now. Start off by relooking at your ULIPs. Increase your term cover and your health cover now that you also have a child that is dependent on you. All of the money that has to go in for your child's admission goes into a fixed deposit in your wife's name, because she's not in the taxable bracket right now. The rest of the money going into your mutual funds for your own retirement and for that home that you're planning for in your name in our aggressive portfolio that's flashing on your screen right now. Good luck. Right back to us if you need anything else.